What is going on, guys? Stefan and Maverick here with you, S&E's Garage. This is Maverick's first full-length video that he's going to be with us out here. Say hi, Maverick. Say hi. Come on, don't be shy. He's learning. Today we're going to be working on our 2006 IS350. And we are going to be installing an F-SPORT cold air intake. So if you buy this whole kit from the dealer as a kit, it's going to cost you roughly $530. But if you do what we did, you can basically save $100 and get everything from the kit a la carte. And like I said, it's going to save you $100. So the part numbers that you're going to need is PTR03-53082. That is for the filter. You're going to have PTR03-53081. That is for the airbox. You're going to have PTR03-53083. That is for the tube. And then PTR03-53084 for the basically the install kit. So what I like about this intake kit is it reuses the top half of the factory airbox. So it's going to utilize the factory MAF housing, mass airflow housing, and it's not going to cause any lean or rich codes because it is designed by Lexus for Lexus. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to throw you on the tripod. We're going to pull this engine cover. We're going to pull all this plastic cladding here, and we're going to get down and dirty with the intake. Now, we are going to do a mod to the top airbox. We're going to remove the carbon filter. That's something for CARB, or California Air Research Board. It's basically a charcoal filter or a carbon filter to basically filter out any emissions that may come out of the intake when the car is off. You don't need it. It's just going to hinder performance. So we're going to remove that while it's off. But like I said, let's get you on the tripod and let's get this pulled apart. All right, so to remove this engine cover, you're just going to pull straight up like so. And we're going to go ahead and put it to the side. Okay, and then you're just going to have a barrage of clips here that you're going to need to remove to go ahead and remove this plastic cladding. So let us, off camera, go ahead and take this off, and we'll be back with you as soon as we're done. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and simply unclip our airbox here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and remove that 10mm clamp and unplug our mass airflow sensor, at which point we can go ahead and remove our upper airbox. And in here is this carbon filter that we were talking about that we're going to be removing. You're simply just going to use a drill here and just drill out these plastic rivets very carefully, and this will come right out. All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is remove this air snorkel here. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Now this is going to be reused, so we are just going to set it aside. I'm just going to go ahead and thread this back in where I got it, which was right here. And now we're going to go ahead and remove the stock airbox. Yes, buddy?
Why is it loud?
Because it's an impact gun. And it looks like it's only going to be held in with two 10mm bolts and then a rubber grommet at the bottom. The rubber grommet is actually in the vehicle, so you don't even have to swap that over. So now we're going to go ahead and set this airbox aside. We're going to drop the new airbox in and tighten it down. Now you are going to have to transfer these metal clips and these rubber grommets from the old unit to the new one. The easiest way that I found to take these out is to take your finger here and push the metal insert out like this, and then you can just go ahead and manipulate the rubber, take it out, and then you're going to do the same thing in the reverse order. So you're going to slide this rubber piece into the new airbox and then slide the metal in afterwards. Now removing these clips is actually super easy. You'll see if you look at them, they're just held in by tension. So you just kind of have to grab the airbox and wiggle this down, and you'll feel them release like so. And then you can just go ahead and pull the clip out and again reinstall in the reverse order. So once you transfer everything over to the new F-SPORT airbox, you can go ahead and drop it in You're going to line up the stud here with the rubber grommet and reinstall your hardware. You're racing? Who are you racing? Like so. So now we're gonna go ahead and remove this carbon filter. Like I said, we're just gonna drill out all the little plastic rivets, and this will come right out. So after you drill these out like we have here, you're just gonna get in there with a screwdriver, and you'll see it's already starting to come apart. You just gotta give it a little bit more pressure where you drilled, and you'll see this whole unit will come out, and then you can take this and discard it. And then just make sure you give this a really good shake and blow out any, plastic shavings that may be left. Okay guys, so now that we went ahead, removed the carbon filter from the top air box, we're gonna go ahead and remove the air tube. Super easy. We just have to go ahead and remove this hose here. It's a breather. Should come right off. And then you're gonna go ahead and use your 10mm socket and ratchet and remove the hose. Now underneath here, there is going to be a little stay. You're going to have to unclip it from Maverick. This is the air intake tube. There's going to be a little bracket here that you have to remove from the PCV hose. Now, if your throttle body is dirty, now is the perfect time to go ahead and clean it because you have full access to it here. But in this case, ours was just done. We're not gonna worry about it. So now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get our new F-SPORT air tube and the hardware for it and get it installed. All right guys, so here we have everything basically installed loosely. You're going to use your straight coupler here at the throttle body, then your intake tube, and then the coupler that's got the bulge in it is gonna go to the airbox. Filter's in there, and then we put this little do not throw away this filter sticker on there, and we plugged in our mass airflow. So once you have everything here angled the way you want it and the way you think it's supposed to be, you can go ahead, tighten your 4 clamps. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go ahead and put in our air snorkel. So before we go ahead and put all of the underhood cladding back on, I do just want to show you why we chose this intake. It still utilizes the factory air scoop here, and then it also has a cutout here in the front for the extra sound and the extra air intake. But if you'll notice, it is drawing air from behind the headlight. It is not taking hot air from a cone filter that is sitting here. And like I said earlier, it is reusing the factory mass airflow housing, which I personally think is huge. So with that being said, let's just go ahead, throw our underbody cladding back on. Let's go take it for a ride. And once you get all of your underhood cladding back on here, this is what you will be greeted with. You'll have a nice F-SPORT air tube going to a modified airbox. Again, like I said, we went ahead and removed, where is it? This carbon filter here. So we made it less restrictive, we made it sound better, and hopefully we picked up a couple of ponies. So like I said, let's go take it for a ride. All right guys, so we're cruising in the IS350 here. Engine's still a little bit cold, so I don't really want to beat on it too bad yet. But my overall impressions of this thing are nice. You get that nice little whistle from a cold air intake on light acceleration, and it's actually extremely throaty for maintaining much of the factory airbox. See, it's got a nice deep rumble to it. You can feel it in your seat, you can feel it in the pedal, and it's just, it's nice. And then when you're cruising, let me throw these windows up because it's real windy out. When you're cruising, it's nice and quiet. I think it sounds fantastic. All right guys, so now that our engine's warm, we can afford to get on it a little bit. it sounds fantastic. I am so happy with how this came out. So now that we're in the shop, let's just go ahead and give it a quick couple of free revs for you, let you hear it. Absolutely phenomenal, nice, throaty, deep sound. Super happy with how this came out. So with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully these part numbers help you get this thing a little bit cheaper for your 2006 to 2012 IS250 or 350. Again, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.